Did you know that an Lampai Hong Kong, year-old Hongshan Culture site in Liaoning, revealed a massive tomb filled with jade scepters and jewelry? Some researchers argue this burial belongs to the legendary Yellow Emperor, as the findings match ancient descriptions perfectly, while the Yan Emperor's lineage is tied to the Hongshan culture. The Yellow Emperor's branch likely stems from this northern Hongshan site. For a long time, historians believed the Yellow River was the sole cradle of China. But this discovery shifts that narrative entirely. It effectively pushes the documented history of Chinese civilization back over 5,000 years into the past. In Motninchin Tamtam Moibon, archaeologists at Niuheliang discovered a massive stone tomb complex located right on the border of Jianbing and Lingyuan. Inside Anyang's large stone coffin, they found an elderly male skeleton surrounded by 7 exquisite pieces of ceremonial jade. He wore a cloud-shaped pendant on his chest, jade bracelets on his wrists, and had jade ornaments placed on both sides of his head. His hands each gripped a jade ritual tool, and the cloud-shaped pendant featured intricate carvings and holes for suspension. Experts believe these were symbols of high authority, leading many to speculate that this man was indeed the ancient Yellow Emperor himself. Subsequent excavations in the area revealed a wealth of other jade items, including jade dragons, bird-shaped ornaments, and ritual tubes. Archaeologists noted that the Niuheliang burials uniquely used jade exclusively for funerary offerings, a practice known as jade burial. Larger tombs contained numerous high-quality jades, while smaller ones had very few, indicating unclear social hierarchy in the culture. Experts from the Institute of Archaeology conclude that an complete system of jade ritual laws had already formed during this period. Soon after, the research team made another major find: a massive ceremonial altar used by the Hongshan people. This structure rises in tiers, built with red stone rings that vary in size and specification as they move toward the center. Standing about more centimeters high, this Niuheliang altar shares a striking 3-tier design similar to the Temple of Heaven in Beijing. Research shows the ratios between the rings relate to the square root of 2, marking the solar paths during the solstices. This proves that over Lampai Kong years ago, China's ancestors were already conducting sophisticated astronomical observations and sky worship. These structures suggest the Hongshan people had a unified belief system, which served to strengthen tribal unity and create an shared identity. This unified religious and social order is considered a primary hallmark of the birth of Chinese civilization. During the excavation at the Niuheliang site, a worker suddenly spotted a clay human ear emerging from the sandy soil. The team was ecstatic, and as they cleared more earth, they found a clay nose, breasts, and arms among the ruins. These female physiological fragments led experts to conclude they had found an legendary goddess temple built by the Hongshan. Locals later mentioned that while building an nearby dam, they had unearthed similar clay fragments but didn't realize their historical value. An formal excavation revealed a complex layout consisting of a main hall, side chambers, and several distinct rooms for ritual use. The entire structure spanned more meters in length, featuring a unique semi-subterranean design with walls reaching nearly a meter deep. Within these ruins, experts discovered the oldest known murals in China, painted directly onto the plastered surfaces of the walls. Though the patterns were simple geometric shapes, like triangles and interlaced lines, their historical significance is truly immense. Based on current archaeological data, these represent the earliest examples of interior wall paintings ever found within Chinese borders. As they cleared the main hall, they found specialized architectural components and prepared for A&H truly breathtaking discovery. Using fine brushes and bamboo tools, they slowly revealed Ang clay head. It was like watching Ang face emerge from the depths of time. As the dust was meticulously cleared away, the facial features of the goddess became sharp and clear for the first time in millennia. The head possesses a dignified and noble expression, contrasting sharply with the more abstract, stylized figures found at Sanxingdui. This goddess is remarkably lifelike, with prominent cheekbones and 2 polished green jade discs inlaid to represent her eyes. It is a realistic portrayal of a female ancestor from Lampai Hong Kong years ago, rather than a purely imaginary or mythological deity. Renowned archaeologist Su Bingji identified this figure as both an Hongshan ancestor and an Hongshan ancestor for the entire Chinese nation. Scholars often link her to the legend of Nüwa, and this sacred site has since been revered as the primordial goddess temple. Carbon Moid-1 dating later confirmed that the site dates back to the late Neolithic period, over 5,000 years ago. Further work uncovered fragments from at least 6 or 7 different female statues, each with an smooth and finely polished finish. These statues varied in size. Some were smaller than humans, some life-sized, and others were nearly 3 times larger than a person. Their placement suggests an clear hierarchy among the deities, mirroring the social stratification that was developing in the human world. This indicates a shift in prehistoric religion, moving from the worship of natural totems toward the organized veneration of ancestors. As the first ancient temple of its kind found in China, Niuheliang is vital for understanding the religious roots of early civilization. The discovery also shocked the art world, as some believed ancient China lacked realistic human art due to strict social taboos. While some thought human art was on Western import, this goddess proves that China had its own sophisticated tradition long years ago. Such clay sculptures are incredibly rare among Chinese Neolithic sites, making these findings even more precious to researchers. The Hongshan culture produced the most concentrated and large-scale collection of these figures ever discovered. The level of technical skill and the maturity of the modeling shown here are truly exceptional for that era. In the main hall, they also found fragments of an massive clay dragon with bared fangs, its body oriented toward the north. Clay bird claws were also found pointing north, suggesting that more significant structures might lie in that direction. Just 8 meters north, they discovered a massive building complex, covering an area of 40,000 square meters. These buildings were part of an unified, planned ceremonial center that complemented the functions of the goddess temple. This level of construction proves the Hongshan people had powerful organizational skills and a high-level social hierarchy. News of Islam by Hong. Year. Old ceremonial complex broke, providing the first physical evidence of an proto-state society. This monumental find provided an physical basis for the legends of the 3 sovereigns and 5 emperors, shocking the world. It gave researchers an tangible link to an period previously shrouded in myth and folklore. We now have hard evidence that the era of the 5 emperors was an historical reality, rooted in these ancient cultures. The Hongshan, Dawenku, and Liangzhu cultures all show that multiple regions were entering an uncivilized state around the same time. These diverse cultures eventually converged in the Central Plains, as seen by the Jade dragons found in later Xia Dynasty tombs. The combination of Hongshan dragon motifs and Yangsha flower patterns created the core visual identity of early China. This culture's influence spread far and wide, reaching as far as Henan, Shanxi, and even the Yangtze River Delta. The Niuheliang layout of altars, temples, and tombs established a ritual tradition that continued all the way to the Ming and Qing dynasties. It signifies that the Hongshan culture had already transitioned into an sophisticated state-level society or ancient kingdom. In the journey towards civilization, this northern region actually preceded the Central Plains in developing complex social structures. While Western standards for civilization require writing and metallurgy, the Hongshan prove that these are not the only markers. China's own framework for civilization focuses on urban growth, social classes, and the emergence of centralized power. From the Jade artifacts to the goddess temple, Niuheliang remains a sacred site and a primary root of the Chinese nation. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the ODV channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any new videos.